Welcome back, everybody, to the Smilers NASCAR GOATS tournament. We are in the finals. I am Baby T, and I'm joined by my co-host, Monarch.
Yo.
All right, Monarch.
As a reminder at home, it is spelled with a 0. Please remember that.
Of course. It doesn't change the pronunciation of the name at all, but it is important to note.
If you spell with the capital M, I think slightly less of you.
All right, Monarch. So we have both the Smilers and Hyperfocus, which we actually just casted the Hyperfocus game, but Smilers have been rolling their way to this point.
Yeah, both teams have just been so dominant through this bracket, and it's really just going to be a clash of titans right here.
So what do we expect to see out of this game?
In terms of Hyper, I definitely think Hyper is going to be sticking to the Honor Goats variety. We saw with if they can put Pseudonym in a location where he can just have free reign and just hit a bunch of anti-nades, and if they're able to capitalize on that, that's very effective.
Man, I think the initial game with Smilers, they ran some Zen. So we'll see if they are able to pull that out again, but I know EMP27 is a very, very good Lucio player, so they're going to probably stick with him on the Lucio.
Mm.
And it looks like...
Although,
go ahead.
I will admit, Smilers might instead opt to probably, if they see the Honor Goats, they might just switch to the Mirror, because as with Trans, you can't really do much if you get antied, so...
True, and if Pseudonym is able to hit all those anti-nades again, they may see that and be like, hey, we need some of that action. Because Pseudonym was destroying people with those anti-nades.
Mm. Who knows, we may even get to see the fabled Moira Goats.
Well, I mean, we can only hope so, but I don't think anyone really wants to lock the nails if they don't have to. Most people have gotten pretty tired of playing Moira through Shadow Dive or Rush or whatever you want to call it. That was meta for, I don't know, what was that, a couple months now?
Yeah, personally, I didn't mind, but I can understand why, because some people just want to aim.
True, and people get upset when they have to play a single character for way too long that isn't their main. I understand that coming from a Mercy main, I don't ever get to play Mercy anymore.
I think the matchup I want to see the most here is the Fortal Pongo MTD matchup.
Oh, that would have been beautiful. But we're gonna see it happen. We'll see if who can get more shatters in, Fortal or Pongo. I think Pongo was going pretty aggro most of the time. Was it Pongo or was it Dragon that was trying to go for aggressive pins across the map?
I think both of them went for aggressive pins because of the very nature of NASCAR Goats.
It's very true. That normally the charge is pretty quick, but when you add extra speed onto it, you don't even see it coming, and then you get 300 to 0 health instantly.
Yeah, you get the increased speed from the charge, plus every character having increased speed of NASCAR Goats, plus a Lucio speed boost. You just could send your Reinhardt to the enemy team's backline in like a second.
Absolutely. And it looks like we are going to get a mirror matchup, unless Smilers wants to... No, not... Yeah, unless... Hyperfocus wants to change anything up while they're still in spawn.
Unless either team wants to bait the casters.
I mean, naturally. Yeah, but it looks like Smilers will be on defense first, with Fortal having a beautiful Reinhardt skin. That is the... what was that? The Atlantic versus Pacific skins?
For 2020, yeah. That's the Earth Reinhardt skin. Very beautiful skin.
And he has the golden hammer. Does anybody not have a golden gun? It's a fair question.
No golden brig shield for obvious reasons.
Hey, I've got a golden brig shield just because it's a golden shield. Anyway, the fighting's about to start.
Yeah. Smilers are just instantly just pressing W, as is the nature of Goats. Both Zarya Bubbles, both personal and self, I believe, are used now, so they're just waiting for Bubbles to come back.
And it looks like they're going to try to rotate around the statue. But
they're playing around the statue very passively, actually, except for Melton that just goes into the team.
And he gets melted immediately, with having to kind of defend themselves a little bit more because they don't have that extra brig. That's not good look.
Yeah, without the brig, you don't have the stuns, you don't have the passive heals from Inspire.
And that'll cost them a lot. Yeah, so they're just going to get rolled over by Hyperfocus. So Hyperfocus will be able to take the first point.
And as we saw from the previous game, once the first point gets capped, the ball gets rolling.
The the very fast, very car-looking ball. All right.
However, it does seem that Smilers are being able to group up a bit earlier than the other team.
Absolutely. So they're probably going to try and defend this quickly. Wouldn't be surprised if they push in right now. And
There goes the sleigh.
Yep. We are actually on the Christmas version of Kings Row.
Portal, go for the shatter, misses it completely. Okay, both Reinhardts do not hit a single thing with the shatter.
Yeah,
no one has emptied the other.
Fordle had no health and got antied, so he was kind of down and out.
Yeah.
However, Stewie is also getting melted on point. Just Zarya Laser does not get DM'd. And EMP is going to try and dance around the cart for just a little bit longer to give a little bit of a stall, hoping that his team will get back, but unfortunately not enough time was bought.
Unfortunately, 200 HP is very little HP in terms of NASCAR goats.
It's very little health when you have 6 people whacking you.
Yeah, and as we see, the sleigh just moves instantly. Smilers again are being able to group up way more faster than any other team. Bomb goes out in the back, hits no one.
Yep, but this is final fight for Smilers. If they don't defend this, then they'll have to go back onto attack.
Pongo hits a big shatter, but no one on his team is able to follow up on that shatter.
Yep, and Fordle is chasing around Hames, but actually eventually Hames falls, and Stewie's able to eat a grab.
Bomb gets thrown out. Can it get anyone? It gets no one.
It actually got stuck on the roof.
Comes from the behind and shatters.
And this actually looks like it's going in the way of Smilers.
Yeah.
With
what seemed like honestly a fight in terms of Hyper managed to actually flip the Smilers towards the end.
It's true, and I believe that Hyperfocus used a lot of ults there, and they just couldn't pull it out. But it also probably helps that Stewie was able to eat the grab from Toasty Toast. So that'll negate a lot of problems for your support in tanks. Which I say that, but there's only those two things.
Racer has the nano. They gave the nano to Pongo, but the rest of the team is grabbed behind him.
Oh, and the shatter.
It's a massive shatter.
Yeah, shatter gets 2, but no one is able to follow up for it. And Pongo goes in.
Oh, Pongo was in, but he's also anti. He's not surviving for very long. Yep.
Yep, and Stewie gets a massive bomb. That'll be the end of this fight. It's just time for some cleanup.
Yeah, as we can see there, once you're anti, not much is saving you.
Yep, well, especially if you're antied and in enemy lines, not much you're gonna do about it.
And Reinhardt, which just makes you an even easier target.
Yep, you are a massive target.
Always remember, bully the Reinhardt. What is he gonna do against you? Pull up a shield?
That's very true. Alright, so here comes Hyperfocus once again. That cart, those presents on that cart flying around.
Presents are flying. Okay.
Rally from
So
Hames.
Racer's just gonna pop rally.
Got a grab, we got a responding beat to it. And then
Shatter comes in, it is massive from Pongo.
there's
The cleanup is instant on that.
Yep, and Kilo will also fall. There it is.
So one thing I noticed a lot about Smilers was they were, unlike Go to Gold, when they lost the fight, they were actually able to very quickly regroup at a much earlier point than the other team was probably anticipating.
Absolutely. The problem that Golden Goats had before was, especially on Rialto, we saw, they got staggered hard, so they lost an entire point. But the good thing that's happening here is Smilers was able to contest again, and they actually shaved quite a lot of time off of it. But they only got really one good fight on second point, which it's NASCAR Goats, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
the time bank for Hyperscape is only around 3 minutes. Let's see if Smiler can probably match that. Who knows, really? Still all up in the air.
Yeah, 3:47 for NASCAR Goats is, I would probably argue that's probably an average time. Just because, again, if you, again, on attack, you are the aggressor, you are probably going to win most fights on attack. That's just how Overwatch is set up.
Yeah.
And with NASCAR Goats, it's literally 10 seconds from point A to point B.
Yeah, once that card goes moving, it's fucking zooming.
Which I love watching the presence on the cart, just because they're not meant to go that fast. I think the toys in there are probably broken at this point.
Yeah. Whatever. Who's gonna really care about them?
It's true. Kids just like video games nowadays. Anyway, looks like Smilers is coming in aggressively, trying to...
Both friendly bubbles are out for Zarya's.
Oh, and there it happened. Haim was antied, and Fortle just pressured them down.
Yeah.
And now, you know, Hyperfocus does not have as much sustain.
Pseudonym does get a very big anti-off. Let's see if the cancels. Pongo does charge the Brig, but unfortunately he sacrifices his life for that.
Yeah, not much you can really do about that in that scenario. Either you can shield yourself and try to reduce the amount of damage you're taking, or you can swing, hopefully kill somebody. But if you don't kill anybody, then, you know, you're just a giant target.
Yeah.
And it actually looks like Smilers will actually go on the offensive to make sure that Hyperfocus cannot contest.
Yeah. So Hyperfocus are... Okay, they're grouped up at around the same point that Smilers was. They really... It appears that both teams want to hold around this corner by the bookshop.
Yep,
or the card itself.
They want to hold the choke. Massive shatter.
Yeah.
However, we get a nano put in. And it's
Grab
grabbed.
is also out. B comes out, but it's a bit too late to save Hames.
Every team is using basically every ult as they get it.
Yeah, but Pseudonym hits a big nade into that grab, and then he's also shattered as well.
I'm shocked Stewie used that Diva Bomb there, but it may have paid off? Smilers isn't out of it yet. They still have 4 people up.
Yeah, it's a 4v4 right now.
And they're able to move the cart out of that choke.
Burns, drops the bomb, hits nothing again. We see that
And
it's
now
very
they're pushing
often.
up, and they caught Toasty Toast as he was trying to get out. He's still living?
He's still living.
Yep.
They're still living. The raid boss is active.
Yeah, but the cart is still moving. As Hyperfocus tries to back up and recollect themselves, the cart moves.
Yeah, the cart is moving. However, neither team has really won a fight. Really won this fight so far.
However, it's important to note, again, the point of the game is not to kill your opponent, it's to move the cart.
True. But it is easier to move a cart if everyone's dead.
Very true. However, and this is also NASCAR GOAT, so if you win a fight, you get the point. And here we go. Here's finally someone is dying.
Yeah, finally, Seon gets 3 into that grab, and they're just gonna cap point.
That'll be the cleanup. And so they'll probably get, again, 1 defense when the cart goes all the way around the bend. Those presents breaking, clattering, falling apart. And here comes the fight. Oh, not even a fight.
Or they're not even gonna touch cart.
Oh, they were there. They were there.
They were right there. That's the most painful form of C9. Is that you're just right there, but unfortunately you're not fast enough.
Oh, Pongo, my boy. You were like, okay. So when the camera comes back, I want to make note of where Pongo was standing. So you see the line where like the stairs come down. There's the little part where the floor changes. He was standing right there. If he had moved literally 3 feet forward, he would probably have been contesting that cart. He would have been able to stop that from happening, but they just gave it up.
Once again, that's just a factor of NASCAR GOATs, is that like if you're not paying attention to that cart for like 2 seconds, that's just a loss.
It's literally that fast.
Yeah.
It's the magic of NASCAR. It's going real quick. Which also, that makes me question, do they ever stop for pit stops or to change the tires on the payload? Because it's going real quick.
Well, there are no tires on the payload. Maybe they're refueling the payload?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be burning fuel really quick if you're going that fast. Like, there's gotta be wear and tear on the payload if it's going that quick.
I think we need to investigate Overwatch as one of the main reasons for global warming.
I mean, there's snow in Kings Row right now, so you'll have, global warming deniers. How can there be snow if it's warming up?
Obviously, snow can't form if it's warm.
Of course not.
Science.
Anyway, back to reality in Overwatch. Both teams have begun the collision again.
Anti-nade gets eaten by Burns.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Stewie was not able to eat Pseudonym's nade, so that's why this is happening now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a very decisive and quick win by Hyperscape.
Yes, I mean, so basically all that happened was Pseudonym hit a nice anti-nade on the tanks, and they just walked through them. Like, they just pressured them down, and once the front line is gone, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. The thing about Goats is very powerful when you have everyone, but like as soon as like one piece drops, you get a lot weaker with Goats.
Absolutely. Like this composition relies on, I mean, it's a death ball basically.
Yeah.
You have everyone clumped together so they can get the benefits of the Lucio and the Brig, and then you just again try to get the anti-nade, and now basically the supports are negated.
Okay.
Nope. Here comes the nano.
Nano comes out for Pongo. Let's see if he can do anything for this. He's just swinging. Fordle drops a shatter. Both grabs her out.
Yeah, Fordle was able to get pseudonym, but that wasn't enough in the scenario to cause any real effect. Oh, and the anti-nade.
Nade. Yeah, Hyperscape are just gonna clean up all the stragglers from Smilers.
And I don't
think they're smiling a lot right now.
No, probably not. Probably a couple frowns among the group. And we're just gonna get a free cap on point. However, I will note that no extra time gets added because it's in overtime technically. We're in extra rounds.
Yeah. Oh, EMP is hiding for something. Oh, that's a massive poop! Toasty is off, they're down, there's Zarya.
And if they play this right, this should be a nice win. Okay, Stewie got the Brig, so they're down.
On hit Brig.
But Zarya is coming back. We'll see if they're able to get back in time. It does not appear so. They're gonna pressure out Toasty Toast.
Yeah, the position EMP was hiding in was so like good because you can't see the Lucio until it's too late.
It's true. EMP is actually a very high SR support main, and he plays a lot of Lucio.
One of them Reddit Lucios?
Surprisingly, no. I mean, that play would not have told you otherwise, but he normally plays very safe and with his team. He was actually one of my coaches for how to play Lucio for this season of League Zero.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so he's why I went from hyper feeding to only kind of feeding.
I'm still working on that one.
It's very difficult. It takes a full restructuring of one's brain, which mine is still not there. It requires a brain though, which I may or may not have.
Let's just say there's a reason I play flex support over main support.
Yeah, that's fine. We need flex supports. Much more mechanically challenging than a main support role.
Yeah. Although the thing about main support is that you actually need a brain, because most main supports are the shot callers for their teams, and I don't have that.
Well, I mean, there are certain days where the brain works better than other days. All right. Anyway, other than our malfunctioning brains, we have a mirror matchup once again, and they got 5. They did not get a full cap.
Did not get a full cap.
So that means Smilers will get 3.5 minutes to basically get 5 points in 31 meters. Are they gonna
very aggressive stun coming out from the Melton. I think I saw him try and stun Pangu very early on.
And oh my goodness gracious!
Oh, what happened to Kilo?
I
think what happened was Kilo stayed at the choke while his team was rotating to the building, and Hyperscape saw that and they just rushed him down on main.
Yeah, I'm shocked at how spread out that Smilers chose to be there. If you notice at multiple points, like Kilo stayed behind, so he's isolated, which is normally fine as an Ana, but you want your front line to be in front of you, so the enemy team can't just walk into you. And then I think I noticed Stewie was away from the group, and EMP was also separated.
This is a very creative spot coming out from Pongo. Is it going to pay off? It absolutely pays off. He gets the MTD on the portal.
But no one follows up. There's not enough action after the shatter.
That's only an MT, not an MTD.
True. The main tanks were involved. But Hames is able to take down Melton.
I think Melton's separated from the team. Grav comes out from Toasty.
Alright, so we're dealing with a 4v5. Oh, and here we go. Hypnotos is getting a double kill there. And they will have to reset, and they're going to stagger Stewie out. Oh, did Stewie get away?
Quite staggered, but Stewie is still in.
There we go.
Never mind.
Yeah, he was able to get enough damage in, but he still does not have Diva Bomb.
Yeah. Now they're just gonna press forward. Shatter gets in, hits 2.
There's the anti. Can they follow up and kill Burn?
Grav gets eaten by.
This will be bad for supports. The beat actually saved Kilo there.
Damn.
The extra
comes out from Hyperscape. Now they have extra survivability on top of just the normal survivability they have with Brig healing and Ana healing itself.
And Fordle is just running havoc in their backline, and he was able to finish off Hames, but Pongo does not want to give up this point.
Yeah. That wasn't. Wait, they still haven't got the point yet.
No, they have not. So, what's been happening is they've been cycling someone onto the point, basically feeding themselves to Smilers, But
And
that means
now
Smiler's,
they're pretty much all grouped up at this point.
yeah. So
Hyperscape has a very good chance of turning this around, and they do.
I am shocked that Hyperfocus was able to keep that one there. They had they had no reason to keep that point. But again, Smilers did not have the target focus necessary to get rid of the person on point.
Yeah.
And that might be their downfall.
Hyperfocus has the Nano Rhine coming out, and they do opt to use the Nano Rhine.
Yeah, he's getting pretty aggressive, but Fordle answers
Nano Rhine versus a Nano Rhine.
with a beat
Fordle
on top of it.
Charged into their team.
Burns threw out a Diva Bomb that got stuck on the awning, so it'll basically be negated. And Pongo
Pongo
is
goes
down.
That's not very good for Hyper.
Here we go. Yeah, Hyperfocus should lose the fight now. I have eaten my words before, but everyone else is dead. Okay. I can finally with confidence say that Smilers won the point.
Yeah, you don't need to eat your words this time. Leave the words on the plate.
Oh, thank goodness. Alright, so Stewie's actually going to push up here. And I think what the major issue with that last fight was Pongo got a little creative, and then he paid for it. Finally. And
creativity is not always a good thing.
creativity, again, sometimes it is a magical play that gets you a free fight win, or you feed. And Stewie's going to throw in the bomb.
Bomb grab comes out, hits no one. Ooh, but that is a massive shatter coming out from Pongo, hitting both supports, I think.
So this will be last fight. If Smilers is unable to stay on the cart, it's over, and this is the rally, so now we have raid boss time.
It's raid boss time. Oh, raid boss actually goes down. God damn, they got their loot pretty fast.
Oh no, Melton didn't rally, it was Hames. And Hames, they chased down Kilo, and that'll be it with Hyperfocus taking King's Row.
Yeah.
Oh, that was intense.
That was.
At no point did I ever feel confident that either team were going to take it. It felt like at any moment, a single ult would have turned it. Like right there.
Although, something I did notice, I feel like Hyper Focus was way better in those, not overtime scenarios, but scenarios where you just don't have enough people to capture point and just need to keep cycling people in. I feel like they were very good at that.
And that plays into the current problem that Smilers has been having, is they haven't been focusing down targets. So on one of their pushes, Smilers actually, they were winning. They had the advantage in numbers, and Hyperfocus literally just cycled people onto the point and got people out, and or people would die, which not ideal. But the person on the point lived way too long. Like they should instantly melt if everyone's focusing them. However, they lived way too long. Hyperfocus was able to get people back from spawn, and then they could just retake it.
What probably happened there was, because in NASCAR Ghost there's just so much happening, one person probably called out, hey, there's like a Zarya still on point, but maybe one person's focused with the Ana in main, and another person's trying to get the Brig, so there's just not enough target focus on that Zarya.
Very true. And one thing that I want to point out is most of the players that are playing in this game right now are typically around Masters level. So they're very good players. They are top, I think it's 3% of the Overwatch population. So their aim and game sense is very good. However, they're not used to playing at this speed. Like, all the characters are sped up, so things are a little bit weird. Like, your shots that you're normally used to hitting may miss, just because the person moved 1,000 meters away by the time you got the bullet onto them.
Yeah.
I know, actually, Fordle is a fantastic Masters tank player, but he's probably not used to pinning at 1,000 miles an hour.
Or maybe he is. Who knows what he does in his spare time?
That's very true. If he wants to set up a custom lobby, setting character speed to 400%, it would be very good practice for this tournament. I mean, maybe the man is psychic and predicted a future in which he'd be playing in a NASCAR GOATS tournament.
He just has the vision.
I mean, if you're a main tank, I sure hope you do, because you got to protect against a lot of stuff.
Are there subs happening right now? Because I know that One Punch Man is in instead of EMP. But I don't see EMP in the log spectators, so
Yeah, it appears that EMP may have had to leave for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I know EMP's involved in some other team, so maybe he had to go to Scrim or whatever. But One Punch Man is absolutely no slouch either. One Punch Man is currently 4.4 on support.
Oh.
So he is top 500 currently.
One day I'll be there.
Me too, man. I believe in you. I believe you can do it.
I believe in you too.
I mean, I'm old. It's not going to happen anytime soon.
They also brought in Streel.
Ah,
They
you're
also brought
right.
in Jill for who's missing? For Hypnotos.
They did. Interesting. So the supports are actually, the main supports are actually out.
We're gonna see a different Lucio 1v1 happening.
Be very interesting because Streel is 1,000 SR less than One Punch Man. Which that's again, SR does not mean everything. That I'm a plat player who should be top 500, but I'm held back by my teammates, obviously.
Obviously. When in doubt, blame your teammates.
Yep, ELO hell is absolutely real, and that's the story I'm sticking with, and you can't convince me otherwise. And we will move to.
It's a map that I have not seen so far in the 2 games that were streamed.
Yes, I believe with the championship we are moving to holiday versions, and I don't think any of the games that on stream so far have been on Hollywood.
Hollywood is a very interesting map. There's very open sightlines, especially when we get to the streets phase. But obviously neither team can take advantage of that.
It's true. And unfortunately, there is, for Lucio enthusiasts, there's nowhere to boop anyone off on this map.
And what's the point of this map even being in the game?
That's a very good question. I ask myself that every single day. But yeah, unfortunately, there are no pitfalls on this map, either in normal mode or in Halloween mode.
Unfortunately. So we're going to see both teams rocking with, once again, the Honor Goats variety.
Of course.
And I can definitely see why. Anti-nades were used last match very effectively, actually.
Now, they won several fights with anti-nades, which I believe, like Pseudonym was telling us during the post-game interview last time, they're coordinated, and people can just run in with them. Oh, and looks like they're going to rotate around and try and get high ground.
Yeah.
Oh, and Stewie...
Stewie 1K goes up to try and contest them, but he's forced off by the Brig and the rest of the team coming in.
Yep, and
So now they're just chilling on this high ground.
Yeah, they're probably what they're probably going to do is build up their resources, make sure everything's good, and there's the anti-nade and the go button.
There is a follow-up, yeah.
Oh.
As we saw there, Pseudonym stayed on the high. Pseudonym went a little bit to the right, hit an anti-nade on the Brig, and as soon as that happened, the rest of the team went downstairs and just went into the Brig.
That is a coordination difference. Oh, but Pongo wants more.
Pongo charged straight into Brazil. Let's see if he can actually manage to escape.
No one escapes Brazil.
No one gets out of Brazil.
No,
we can see
but are they
Wait,
gonna?
they have not,
Yeah, they haven't
wait, they
capped the
have
point.
not kept the point yet. Wait.
They have not. Oh my god.
Oh no!
Oh,
Hyper.
they paid for their hubris. That's how it happens.
Hyper just got too cocky and they pushed up without capping point, without making sure they capped point, and they actually paid for that.
I did not realize that NASCAR Goats was a Greek story. And the sneaky shatter from Pongo does not get value.
Alright, grab comes out from Sayud. Pretty big, but no one can follow one. A counter grab comes out from Toasty Toast. Bomb is getting thrown out.
There's a lot of ults happening, and Hames just gets antied and then chipped down.
That is the story of Goats. There's a lot of ults happening.
Yeah, but I think especially NASCAR Goats, we're getting a lot of damage in. Fortle gets the cheeky pin.
MTD.
And Burns is just gonna be left alone by himself.
It looks like he can escape to his team, only problem is he's still out of mech. And Baby Divas, while they're not completely defenseless, they're not as good as a mech.
I mean, while they're not completely defenseless, they're basically defenseless.
Hey, that pistol can do surprising damage.
That's very true. She's really surprisingly fast.
This does very high energy right now, and with the net, being able to just beam people down. But Fortle gets a counter shatter.
Yeah, and actually Stewie ate the grab from Toasty Toast. Oh, but here comes the cleanup. Hopefully they don't let their hubris blind them this time. There we go. They finally capped. And we get to see the actual car go fast.
Yeah. The guy in the Hollywood car always complains about it not going as fast enough, so let's see if this is fast enough for him.
And normally the car would stop at that gate. However, I think with the extra speed, it just didn't register, so now we're already here.
Yeah, we're already on to what could be last fight for second point at least.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be as Fortle just gets dropped from an anti-nade.
Fortle gets dropped. The team is... They're actually very split right now, as members decide to chase the Brig in the back.
Yeah, Melton is a little bit out of the way, but Strill is actually going to challenge back there.
Oh, Toasty gets hit by that bomb.
It should not matter, as this fight really should just come down to Stewie getting taken out. And it looks like One Punch Man's going to try and just get out while he can, before that payload comes barreling down upon him. Oh, and Kilo might... Did Kilo move to the ooh, he went to Moira. We'll see if he tries to stay on that or tries to switch off of it.
My guess would be that since they know that once the cart starts to get moving, it's not going to stop until near the end. They're probably just going to use the Moira as more self-sustain.
Oh, it won't matter though.
Doesn't matter with the shatter bomb.
Oh. So actually, one thing that would have killed more is somehow they got booped a little bit out of the way. I think some people got protection from walls.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. If your Rein Zarya is dead, there's a very good chance that you're also dead.
One Punch Man's gonna... Yeah, he tried to get in there, but was not close enough. Which
that
means...
Shatter Bomb combo is a very effective combo, because it forces the Reinhardt to choose between Bomb or Shatter, and unless you're OGE, you're not blocking both.
No, absolutely not. Unless you are Overwatch level main tank, your game sense is not that good.
Yeah.
Alright, that will lead us to Hyperfocus getting a 3:37 time bank with Smiler still yet to attack. And it seems like, again, those anti-nades from Pseudonym are winning fights straight out.
Yeah. Like, for example, for that first fight on first point, as soon as that anti-nade collided with the Brig, the rest of the team just went in and assassinated that Brig.
And I'm kind of surprised, which may be a limitation of Goats, that Fortle is actually putting his shield down. Normally you'd want to block those, but I guess he's needing to swing to actually get value most of the time, because the enemy team doesn't have a lot of poke damage, so what are you going to block typically?
Yeah, at most, the most things you have to block are going to be right in front of you.
It's very true. And those anti-nades, since Fortle is swinging, they're hitting him, and then that just leaves Pongo to do whatever he desires.
Speaking of Pongo, he's in a very creative position right now.
Yeah, he's gonna try and get a sneaky pin. We'll see if it actually pays off.
Yeah. Probably won't.
Nope.
Oh no, he got stunned by Brig and has just instantly fallen to the ground.
That was actually
he's not dead yet.
that was actually beautiful play from Melton, hearing that Rhine charge and knowing what's happening. That was a high game sense scenario.
And speaking of Brig players, Hyperscape's Brig player is down.
Yeah, Melton was able to block that pin and get a kill on the other Brig. And Pongo's dead. Oh, here we go. Everyone's gonna fall. And we'll
now
see.
Let's see if Smilers does not do the same mistake as Hyperfocus.
I would sure hope not. Yeah, they should have plenty of time to normally cap if they keep 3 people on this point.
They learn from Hyperscape's errors.
Yeah, the problem before with Hyperfocus was they actually left one person on the point, and everyone pushed up, then they got rolled 6v5. Here comes the payload.
I would understand doing that if this was not NASCAR Goats, but it is NASCAR Goats.
Yeah, you can't really do that. In a normal gameplay sense, sure, because you can buy time, but not really when everyone moves so quickly. But it looks like Smilers are not gonna be able to get a free move on this one.
Very interesting.
And Fimi is still talking in the chat, as per usual.
Yeah. as we normally see, normally the card would be almost towards the end by now, but because Hyperfocus was able to regroup so fastly, they were just able to get here. Bomb comes out, doesn't get a pick on anyone.
And the bomb went out way too far, and so it was not in the damage range of anybody.
Yeah, and also since all the members were in a beat, any damage that they would get from the bomb would just erase the beat.
It's very true. Oh, and Kilo was able to sleep Burns, but someone woke up Burns.
Grab comes out from Toasty Toast.
Will it matter? No.
Does not in the end.
Oh, and Burns is Baby Diva. He's gonna probably try and, yep, just contest the payload for that half a second, but Pongo's back. Pongo's gonna be able to contest.
But they see Pongo though. Even though Pongo crouched, Reinhardt's model is very big, so even behind crouching that hay barrel, they still see him.
It's true, and they're probably looking for him. However, Smile was able to commit a couple more ults into this to just clear it out.
There goes the point.
Yep, and then Burns is gonna get killed as well, so they'll get a free push, basically to make it one fight territory.
Yeah. So right now, Smilers is coming up on their Nano and Bomb, and also Shatter potentially. Meanwhile,
Ooh.
Hyperfocus. Well, speak of Shatter.
Yeah, Pongo just sat there, waited around the corner, suspecting that they were not going to pay attention to him, which he was right.
Fortal, it's a big Shatter, hang 3 of them. Briggs rally comes out. Bomb has also come out.
Yep,
Gets no one.
Gets no value because Pongo put his shield up. So I guess that's what the shield is for.
Okay. So Smilers are going to beat here just to help sustain a bit more.
Oh, and Pongo again shatters into a shield. So we'll see if the sustain of Hyperfocus will outdo the damage of Smilers, and seems like yes, it will. They'll be able to outdo Smilers for this fight and keep themselves alive in this game.
Yeah. Stewie is out of mech right now. Let's see if I can finish him off, and he actually manages to escape. Damn.
Yep, he was able to get out, and he's already 60% to mech. So he'll probably just get a couple shots in, and then get back in mech, and the fighting will resume. Which he's not there. Yep. Okay. Mech time.
It's mech time, baby. But not enough time to block that grab, though.
Which actually was very smart. While Stewie did not have mech, they had a free reign on a grab. However, there's no follow-up. There's no follow-up to a grab or a shatter.
Yeah, both were just thrown out. And it got a lot of people, but just no follow-up.
Oh, and the anti-nade. The anti-nade did a lot of work there.
Pongo gets antied, then pinned, and that's a rip for him. Bomb is up on point, and it actually catches. Oh my god.
Yeah, Shield just could not get out of the way there.
Yeah, Bomb was on the cart, and it moved the bomb with it, and it Strio got on line of sight of it.
Ah, unfortunate. However, Smilers just took a little too long to get that in, so they are below the time of Hyperfocus. However, 17 seconds in NASCAR GOATS is basically nothing.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that 17 seconds will matter at all, or if Hyperfocus learn their lesson and will just try to capture the point as fast as they possibly can. But they will be actually be.
I feel like was getting a bit too creative in some of these fights.
Oh, absolutely. His team probably told him afterward, like, "Hey, stop inting into their team, please."
Let's see if he actually listens to that advice, or is just gonna be every single Reinhardt in gold.
Oh, that comment is way too real. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, if you can find yourself a good Reinhardt player to climb and ladder with, trust me, your life will be so much better.
Stick with that person.
Yeah, that person is well, they're not gold, but metaphorically they're gold. Or yeah. I hope they're not gold. Unless you are both gold, then you can both come to platinum together.
Yeah. Grinding with people is fun.
Absolutely. And we are off. Since Hyperfocus got the higher time, they will defend first. And Kilo's already half health. One Punch Man's at half health.
Again on the high ground, but the anti-nade does not connect, sadly.
Yeah, no. Fortal has slept. He's up and half health. So Pongo's gonna try and hold that corner.
So right now they're pretty much just waiting until something happens.
That's something.
That is something. Pongo! What the heck? Pongo!
Did you see that?
Pongo charges into the Reinhardt, pins him against the wall, but he doesn't kill him. Then he just turns around and just shatters the backline.
Oh, no, my dear Monarch. He didn't just turn and shatter. He jumped 360 shattered. If we had instant replay, I would request that. Because, oh my goodness, he literally pinned Fortle, backed off, 360 jumped, and shattered.
Now that's that's the good creativity you want to see.
That's very true. That is the type of creativity that we'd love to see here at the Smilers organization.
Grab from Toasty. No follow-up, and no one dies because of it.
And Fortle Shatter gets blocked.
Bomb comes out. It catches Streel, though. Oh, no, that is 3 down on the side of Hyperfocus. And it looks like Smilers might just win off of that.
They should win off of it. If they stay on the cart and they block Toasty Toast from getting on there, which they do, great body block there. Alright, so they will cap the point with roughly 18 seconds. They cannot get off the cart at any point now. Just point blank.
And, yeah, they're just stacking 3 on cart, getting it to there as fast as possible.
Yep, and but it looks like Hyperfocus is going to try to contest as fast as possible. Because they know if they just need to win a single fight. It doesn't matter where the fight happens. They just need to win one.
And it's used onto Pongo.
Oh.
Shatter Disruptor, that's a massive shatter.
5-man shatter. And that'll be the cleanup.
That cleanup right there.
Alright, so it was actually very smart of them to take that fight as soon as possible. Because it now puts the pressure on Smilers to defend before that point.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Pongo tries to do the same tactic to push them away from that point as they're capping. Which, it could work. You just need 3 people on the point to cap in max time. We'll see if it pays off, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Alright, so Ford right now should feel like he needs to assert his Rhine dominance, so let's see if he tries doing any of that.
It's true. He absolutely just got main tank difference there. But the real question is, I guess I wasn't looking through Fortle's perspective. Did he have charge available? Because if he did, he should have countercharged and blocked Pongo.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's the thing with NASCAR goats. Everyone's so fast. He probably, if he did have it, he probably couldn't react in time because of just how fast Pongo's going at him.
This is absolutely true. Like, again, Ryan is extra fast now. Lucio's speed boost and the charge. He's zooming. He's basically the payload.
Yeah, he becomes the payload.
I mean, Reinhardt probably weighs as much as the payload. Let's be honest.
It depends which payload we're talking about. This payload looks a little like light, but the payload on Eichenwald is very beefy.
That's a very good point. This is a nice coupe, maybe, which is surprising that the guy in there isn't driving himself. At least he doesn't act like it.
Yeah. Okay, so Hyperfocus once again are going to take this rotation up into the high ground. Stewie tries challenging them, but is forced off immediately.
Yep, we'll see if they do the exact same tactic as before. They're going to do it. They're going to try it. Here it comes.
They're trying it. Smilers probably...
Yep, they saw it coming and Stewie ate the nade.
Yeah.
But will it matter?
Well, Pongo is deep in the middle of their team. Hits the shatter still.
He still... he did... So he keeps doing that kind of thing where he's looking away and then will turn and shatter. Pongo, too strong.
Manhandling Fortle.
I mean, Fortle needs to see that coming. I'm not sure if Smilers has an ult tracker, but whoever's ult tracking needs to do a better job of keeping track of Pongo.
Well, to be fair, ult tracking here is probably a lot different than in normal Brawl.
Oh, 100%. People are charging ults literally every fight.
And ult comes out from Fortle, hits 3 people, and they're just going to capitalize on that.
Yeah, and Burns flies out of the way.
Yep, just gonna pick off all the staggers.
Yep, but they're gonna leave Burns alive. They're actually gonna stagger Burns out because they're able to. And there it is.
That might be a very massive stagger. That's a massive stagger now, because now they have to wait for Burns to respawn.
True. I'm curious to see if this is still 1 fight territory or 2, just due to speed of people and where the payload is.
I feel like this might be a one-fight territory because they have the grab bomb combo up online.
Oh, and there's the bomb.
There's the bomb. Get
Massive.
Strio. Oh, Smilers are just putting every ult in here.
This is absolutely winnable, but it looks like we'll get one more fight.
Yeah.
And
So I didn't even notice it, but on the side of Hyperfocus, they actually both teams committed nano there.
true, but look at the ult difference.
Yeah.
Like Pongo,
Hyperfocus have both the Shatter and the bomb online.
the
There's
shatter,
the Shatter.
the shatter gets nothing. Does it? Where did it go?
We're still looking for it to this day.
Oh,
Kilo-
okay, we're even 5v5, which absolutely
Yeah.
favors Hyperfocus because they have the spawn advantage.
Yeah. They have a spawn advantage, and Smilers just lost their Ana.
Yeah, but Burns is out of mech.
No anti-nades. Okay, B comes out.
We have double grabs on top
Double
of each
grab.
other.
That's kind of kinky.
I mean, if that's what they're into, I'm not here to shame anybody. We got a
I'm here to-
shatter on Hames, the beat, and that'll be a one map for Smilers.
Smilers. What happened there? Hyperfocus had the ult they needed in order to push through, but they didn't really capitalize or do anything with them.
So one thing I don't really know what happened is we saw the shatter come out, and what I'm very confused by is
It got blocked by Fordle's bubble.
oh, that's what happened.
Also, say it to stream because I have my mic muted.
Yeah. So what happened was we just got informed by Giz, who was running the stream, that Pongo's shatter got blocked by Sane's bubble. So the entirety of it got eaten by the bubble, so it didn't go off the rest of the team. It looked to me like it hit the payload, but apparently the bubble was out. Wow, that was, and then I guess the Diva Bomb got, I believe, 1 kill, but it was just not enough damage to clean up any fights.
Yeah. That map, most maps of NASCAR goes should be crazy, but that was, I think, the craziest map so far.
Oh, absolutely. That, and also I'm just like, I'm still reeling and processing what actually just happened. So at the end there, we had 2 grabs launched on top of each other, literally with them arms reaching each other. So both teams were just swinging away, smacking each other on top of each other.
I could be mistaken, but I think both rallies were also inside.
Absolutely. Like it was at that point again. It was last fight, so we had no idea who was where.
Yeah. It was just both teams, like last standing players, just clustered in each other.
Oh man, that was very intense, and we will see, I guess, what happens in this next round. We're going to go to Rialto. Apparently, is what Hyperfocus is wanting to move to. So,
Which is very understandable, considering that they won Rialto very convincing.
oh, absolutely, and they won Kings Row before convincingly as well. But we'll see if they're able to continue that, because Smilers is absolutely a different team than we saw with Golden Goats. They're definitely a little more coordinated, I should say.
Okay, Kilo's getting subbed out for Owen.
Okay, that'll be very interesting. I feel like Kilo got caught out a couple times, and actually, I think he was the first one to die in numerous fights
Yeah,
throughout
and
this
especially
whole
the
match.
last fight of Hollywood, he was the only person that got caught by that Diva Bomb.
Yeah, you kind of can't let that happen. Which, granted, you're talking to the guy who runs into wrecking ball mines regularly, so I can't talk much about being in the wrong position.
Yeah, the wrecking ball mines they can surprisingly catch you off guard.
I mean, yeah, when you turn your brain off and you're just flying around as Lucio, those things are magnets.
Alright.
All
So
right.
we're about to see Rialto. Hopefully, I want to see more boops than last time.
I really hope we see some boops, and it looks like things are getting changed up a bit. I think I
Maybe they
saw.
did
Yeah,
Maybe they're doing that just because technically it hasn't started yet.
that very well could
No.
be the case. I feel
I'm
like
not saying anything.
yeah, I think everyone's been on a team with a player who picks the wrong role and just kind of throws everything off for a minute, and then everyone reconfigures.
Yeah, if I have the chance to, I will always lock Bastion.
See, there it is. You're the player.
Then when the game starts, I'm like, all right, who are I gonna play this time?
Yeah,
All
we
right,
have.
once again, Ana.
Well, we have Saiyan on the Ana and Water on the Zarya. Everyone else is the same configuration.
Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, and I mean, we haven't seen Saiyan's Ana or Water's Zarya because Water just came in. But we'll see if that change was due to just comfort, or if they really felt like something needed to be changed up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's also a question of how. Like, I guess Saiyan was playing Zarya before, so Zarya is kind of a hit scan, like just the tracking. So we'll see if Ana works out for them. But they are.
He's 100% a hit scan.
Yeah, and they're actually just giving up that initial corner that we saw other teams play on earlier and playing around this corner.
Yeah.
Big ante, though, which make them back off so they can kind of shrug that off and then get back into the fight. Oh, and here comes the charge.
Out from Fortle.
Catches nobody with it.
Charge also comes out from Pongo, but also catches no one. Pongo's asleep right now.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of whiffed charges. Probably possibly due to the increased speed. I'm not used to it, but here we go.
I was just hoping no one has died yet, but then as soon as I say that, as soon as I think about saying that, Fortle goes down, and Hyperfocus can just very easily cap this first point.
Yep, we'll see if. Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, Fortle's in a very bad spot, and he knows it. Yep, that was a brilliant move.
Thankfully, the river is conveniently right there.
Yeah, he's actually very lucky that Hames was trying to. Hames was going to try and stun him so they could get ult charge off of him. But
in that scenario, suicide is right choice.
It's true. In that scenario, killing yourself was the better idea. But Melson was in a bad spot, but got bubbled out.
Big ante, but unfortunately, no one can capitalize on that. Both grabs get thrown out.
Yep, both grabs. So basically keeping the attack stalled because I can't run in and hit anybody.
Yep.
We have a Nano Pongo and a Stewie Bomb.
Tiny bit more.
Stewie Bomb does not touch anybody. And One Punch Man is getting lasered down the back. Burns dies.
No one.
Did it Burns bomb to try and get back into mech, or did they bomb to be offensive?
Pongo shatters, but unfortunately, he gets booped a tiny bit to the right and hits a pillar instead.
And here we go. We finally have a defense from Smilers, with Hyperfocus having just under 6 minutes now on their attack.
I'm getting some crazy deja vu.
Yeah, me too, buddy. But we'll see if Smilers can break the prophecy that we have foretold, or if they will crumble under the weight of Hyperfocus's menacing attack.
Okay. Oh, Fortle's kind of not very good position at all. He is antied and just instantly dies.
Yeah, so well, it's even though. Both Rhines are dead.
Now comes that Boostio. Boostio on the Smilers.
Absolutely got Boostio. That's amazing. But it didn't really pan out for them. I mean, One Punch Man lived longer, but Nano Lucio literally has no value. It just increases his damage.
There's a reason why Boostio is a meme and not a strat.
It's true. It'll only make his bullets do 30 damage instead of 20 damage.
Fortle gets hit again and just instantly melted inside that grab.
And One Punch Man will try to beat just to stay alive and contest the cart. And get shattered.
So it's a wrap.
There it is. 4:56 on the clock for Hyperfocus.
Very high. The highest time bank we've seen so far.
Yeah. The problem is, will Smilers be able to get the same time bank on an attack?
Very good. Yeah, that's
Like, let's be honest here. With the amount of time they have and the speed the payload goes, they're gonna cap. Like, they're gonna get all 3 points. It really just comes down to how much time do you have in the end for your, like, basically overtime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you don't get enough time, you basically don't get enough chances to win a fight. Because I think we had, one fight in the beginning for first and second points. You had one fight. And then I think we had 4 fights total for this entire round.
Yeah, that's just NASCAR goats.
Yeah. So if you win 4 fights straight out, you can get a 6-minute time bank. If you lose 4 fights in a row, you're gonna stall, but you still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
But it comes down to the overtime rounds, where if you have a minute, that's 2 fights. If you lose 2 fights, you're done. But the other team has 6 minutes. How are you gonna defend against that many pushes for that long?
Most times you probably can't, because by the time you get to your second, if you lose your first push, very good chance your second push isn't going to be nearly as good. Oh, we see here Seon is actually on the Moira instead of the Ana.
It's very
Interesting.
that is very odd. And maybe Saiyan was feeling like they weren't getting as much value out of the Ana and the nades.
Oh, that was odd. Strio getting caught by that charge.
And there's the anti-nade from Pseudonym, and there's the cleanup.
Yep. And that's the whole reason why Ana is so powerful in Goats, is because just hit that anti and your team can't really do much about it.
Which we'll see if any changes. Oh, Saiyan actually has Coalescence now. Which, again, if Pseudonym actually able to get an anti-nade, it gets almost no value. But
Yeah.
it should make some space. Hopefully, he doesn't get shattered, though, out of it. Because here comes Pongo,
Shattered.
and
But his team gets grabbed, and unfortunately, he is not on Zen to trans that grab, and so they die.
true. And they didn't have Rally either.
Yeah, that's honestly the reason why Moira is not as strong as Zen or Ana in this comp. Yes, she does provide a lot of group heals, but she doesn't provide a lot of other utilities, such as damage from Zen or anti-nades from Ana.
Which actually, that reminds me, we have not seen Zen at all in our casted games.
Very interesting, yeah, because I was sort of expecting Smilers to run Zen at least once.
I believe, I think they
Whoa.
did in their first game, in the quarterfinal game, but apparently they didn't feel like it was going to work out. And Saiyan's down. We're even currently.
It's even for both sides. However, it is leaning towards the Hyperfocus, in my opinion.
Yeah, so it currently is. Yeah,
Still alive.
yeah. We'll see if Smilers can get out. Yeah, Stubby's going to try to retreat for now. He saw there were 4 or 5 people in his face and didn't really want to contest with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Smilers are grouped up once again, just waiting on their Zarya to get out of spawn.
And here comes Water pushing in, but Pongo with that shatter.
There's the shatter. Yeah, Cole's not going to save you out of a shatter in Goats.
And so the problem that occurred there for Smilers was, so what happened was Fortal kind of moved forward and actually did not line up with Pongo. Like they were desynced basically. So Pongo had a direct line of sight on the back line without a shield from Fortal, so he just had a free shatter on squishies.
Oh.
Yep,
And they didn't have an answer to that.
Yep, you gotta match your counterpart in Goats.
No. Shatter comes out, but they're grabbed. They can't focus up on. They can't.
They can't stop that from happening, man.
Yeah.
They just keep. They have a minute left.
Yeah.
There's literally a minute left, and Smilers still has not capped first point.
Let's say they win this fight, and then you just steamroll all the way to third. They're still not gonna have as much time as Hyperfocus.
Don't let me caster curse you, Smilers.
Please.
Oh, there's a boop. There's a boop. There it is.
This is the boop. Yeah, but that's on Saiyan. That's a very important pick.
That is. They had to back off. They only get 1 fight. That single pick, that free little boop, was what won them a fight.
Okay, coming up to his last fight, Hyperfocus are coming up on some of their very important ults, such as Bomb and Grab.
True. And here comes Coalescence again. Let's see if it gets value.
Grab comes out.
Oh, Water gets 2.
Water gets 2. Bomb is sent into the back, gets no one.
It gets trapped between some walls. It really doesn't get a lot of value. And here comes the cleanup. We are zooming.
Yeah.
And they finally, okay, they get some more time now. Thank goodness.
Okay. They get some more time. I don't believe... Okay, Pongo got bad spawns, but
Yeah,
because
but
it's already making your way towards second point, he didn't need to throw himself into the pool.
Open a bomb from Stewie. Catches Pseudonym.
Pseudonym. The shatter from Pongo, though, hits 3, and Brig falls because of that.
Yep. But so
This is actually very winnable for Hyperfocus.
Yeah, so One Punch Man and Saiyan need to carry the fight, but Pongo's down.
And there's a caster curse.
I mean, I've been eating my words all night. However, there's a rally.
Wait a minute, I just cursed them winning a fight, then I cursed them losing a fight. How does that work? I say they're gonna win the fight, then I see Pongo drop like, oh, they're gonna lose this, and then they just turn it around with a grab.
That's the power of ults and goats, especially Rally. Rally, like, look at their health right now. They have so much armor. Like, This is why Brigida's a raid boss when she has Rally, because she's basically unkillable.
Yeah, armor, like, it's like a 50% damage reduction or something like that.
It's an insane amount of damage reduction. And especially as Brig basically generates it, you can take a lot of damage and still be at full armor.
Okay, Smilers are barely touching the cart, and it's still moving a ton.
Yep. Welcome to NASCAR Goats.
Alright, Coalescence comes
Yeah,
out.
he cold. There's not a lot of value getting out of that. It pressured them back a small amount, and
Shadows up.
Stewie got pseudonym again. That was the second grab, the second bomb in the exact same spot. And here we go. Pongo should be burned down.
Pongo gets burned down,
And-
Brig falls.
So barring any weird caster cursey type things, Smilers should cap this point. There we go.
And Pongo's body got sent into a wall, or the corpse did.
You gotta love the wonky Overwatch physics sometimes.
Okay, both
Double
rallies
rally?
come. Double raid boss. That's scary.
That's the worst. Ooh. Ooh.
Shatter comes out from Fortal, and they no, not
From Pongo.
Pongo. My bad.
Yeah, so what happened was there was a shatter, there was a anti-nade, and then everyone just collapsed.
Yeah.
So right now we're looking at Smilers being sub 1 minute most likely, which will add time to Hyperfocus.
Yeah.
Assuming that it isn't a very quick, clean fight in the cap, it'll be sub 1 minute. But here's a shatter, which is completely blocked.
Has a lot of protection. Countercharge comes out. Grab comes out as well.
There's a lot of ults being thrown in, and Pongo's swinging away.
Pongo swinging, gets two, and gets another one with a fire strike.
Yeah, we'll see if Pongo's gets... Nope. Didn't get credit for Fortal, even though I believe he did most of the damage on that one.
Yeah.
I hope, is Saiyan gonna get staggered here? Yep.
Yep.
That's
Saiyan
unfortunate.
gets staggered. Stewie doesn't, however, because Stewie can just fly over a wall.
Of course. You can fly, you can eat any projectile ever. So,
Hashtag Honor should fly.
Honor should fly.
Bomb comes out, gets
Nothing.
Nope.
This is last fight territory, most likely. Unless
Yeah.
this fight ends fast. And Fortal is antied.
Shatter.
Water
He
gets
hits a
shattered.
Fortal hits a counter shatter. Fortal is in the behind of Hyperfocus.
Yep, making them turn around, and then they get the nice... Ooh. A lot of ults being thrown out when there might be a second fight.
Yeah. As you can see there.
Just kidding.
it is both-
Just kidding. It's NASCAR Goes. There won't be another fight. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh!
Wait, there might actually be because it's both Pongo and Streel.
I am
Pongo down. It's just Streel. Now it's
Here
just
we
Haim.
go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that Diva bomb from Stewie was massive. So again, on that fight that basically won them the map there, or not won the point. Yeah, Fortal went in, got into the back line, swinging away, made them all kind of turn around and become disoriented, and Stewie could just launch in a bomb. They don't know where to look and or what to protect against.
Yeah.
Like, if you try to run away, the Rhine's just gonna swing at the back of your head, and if you try to confront the Rhine, you're gonna be staring down a Diva bomb. So it's really, catch-22 there.
Do you?
All right.
I forgot. What
So we're actually gonna see Saiyan potentially come out on the Zen, which they have to attack first because they have the lower time.
And-
And-
okay, never mind. I was thinking for a sec because Stewie was actually on the Moira for a sec. Got confused.
It's all good. I doubt Stewie will switch from that Diva. Stewie is actually a very good Diva.
Yeah.
I believe Stewie is easily masters, if not GM, at this point on off tank. So the Smilers group is actually very high SR, And we know for a fact that Hyperfocus is also a very high SR. So this is a great game of goats we are seeing right here.
Let's see if the trans actually matters, though, because if Pseudonym just keeps doing what he does, you can just hit a fat ante while the trans is active and just completely nullify it.
That's the goal. Ooh, but Pongo gets separated and killed.
Pongo gets separated along with the Brig.
And now, now Burns in the back, finishing off people alone, but
like
loses his mech for it.
Yeah. Like clockwork, they just go out.
This is how goats are supposed to be played. Basically, hyper aggro, run into them, swing away, chunk down their health, and move on with your day.
I don't think that's how payload's supposed to be played, though.
I mean,
that fast.
Again, if you kill the enemy team, you can move payload all you want. Oh, and Striel tried to go for a cheeky boop.
Striel did what I wanted someone to do.
He was not successful in it though. That extra Zen damage may be doing a lot of work right now, but he does not have.
He does not have trans.
Yeah, he doesn't have trance, but he didn't need it there, luckily.
Yeah. Well, Melton's body gets flung up into the air.
Actually,
they could just rush them down with trans.
Hames got nanoed, so he ran at the Zen trying to get him down, which forced the trance out of Saiyan.
But as we saw right there, Stewie, while yes, he was still technically in the trance, he was anti, and he just didn't get any of the effects of it and died.
Very true.
Like his mech got burned.
But I don't know if you saw that, but Saiyan actually got 3 kills, 2 headshots in that last fight.
Zen. No, I can't say Zendiff because there is no Zendadiff.
Exactly. And I don't know who's the main in flex support in this scenario, so.
Can't really say flex support diff either. Okay.
It's true. There's, I guess, headshot difference.
Pongo goes down again. Grab comes out from Toasty Toast.
But that's a massive anti. We'll see if... Okay, it ran out just in time.
Yeah.
Oh, and it appears our streamer got DC'd, so he'll be coming back in the game in just a second. But this fight has become very, very brawly.
Okay.
Stewie with the 2K again.
Stewie doubles his name with the 2K right there. Oh, but Pongo hits a massive shatter, but no one can follow up on that.
Yeah, the overwhelming respawn from Hyperfocus is probably going to overwhelm them. Stewie just getting shots in gets his mech back though.
Well, almost all of Hyperfocus are back now.
Yeah, it's just Stewie and One Punch Man. Saiyan's back, but there's the bomb to get rid of Saiyan. Stewie's down, One Punch Man's down. There it is.
Yeah, for a while, that last fight looked like it was in the direction of Smilers because they just had so many people on point. But Hyperfocus, they had the advantage of the spawn being right there. They could just constantly get spawns out on cart.
And that's kind of the benefit of these kind of game modes. And the same thing with happens with 2CP is your spawn is so close. If you trade, you win. Like basically, if you can get a 3v3. You have 2 people come back immediately, and even if they're on like slower characters, they'll be back long before your enemies can get back.
Yeah, like that's really on the attacking side to make sure that you get as soon as someone's on, you just need to focus them down so that they don't have enough time for the next respawn to come on.
Absolutely, and that was actually just with a minute of attack time. Smilers actually makes it almost to a full cap again. So now we'll actually flip, and Hyperfocus will be able to attack, and they're hoping to get the same distance, and with just a little extra smidge more, in under 6 minutes.
Yeah, while that almost the end is very impressive with 1 minute, Hyperfocus has almost 6 times the amount of time to do that.
Yep, it literally just came down to that Smilers kept winning fight after fight. They were never driven off the cart, so they were just able to keep going.
And they're also they're also staying on the Zen once again. Saiyan was popping off, so I respect this decision a lot.
Yeah, we'll see if the Zen gets the same amount of value it did before, because it definitely got a lot of value previously.
Yeah.
That upfront extra damage, well, it probably works out better than the Moira.
If you focus down the discorded target.
Oh, Pseudonym with the cheeky flank to get the anti out.
Yeah.
And One Punch Man goes down, but so does Pongo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right now.
It's not looking great for Smilers at the moment.
Yeah.
And Fortle tries to get a nice pin in to takes out someone with him, but he misses, and we'll go next.
Has there ever been a time where someone's won the first fight and just not? I feel like we've never seen a moment where really the first point has gotten any much contestation.
It was initially the first couple pushes for Smilers on their attack, but we saw how the rest of it went.
Yeah. Grab comes out from Toasty Toast. No follow-up on it, though. Pongo is back in with that charge.
Pongo's back in with the charge, but no value out of the Burns Diva Bomb. But back in his mech, back doing work.
It doesn't matter if that bomb doesn't get value, because members were already down before it hit.
Very true. Did Pongo tried to shatter and he solo killed Melton?
Yeah, no, what happened was Pongo solo shattered Melton, I think.
Okay.
Trans without Smilers, yeah, with that trans there, they could just flip this very easily.
So I see what Pongo was going for. Melton had actually rallied, so he figured I just need to get him out of here.
Yeah.
And it looks like Striel just Ajaxed. For those who are unaware, it means you die while using your ultimate, which is beat on Lucio.
Yeah, but they're down their Zen, though. He gets picked off. I don't even know what happened.
I don't know. Oh, that anti-nade.
That anti. See, yeah. If Seon was still alive, well, he didn't have trans, but even if he trans that, the anti would have just come in.
So I realize I keep saying this, but Pseudonym's anti-nades are just doing so much work.
Alright, we're in final fight territory.
Yes, we are. And this, if Stewie does not stay on this card, it could be a C9. And Stewie slept on the card now, so he can't leave.
All the numbers are already down for Smilers. This is not looking good.
Yeah, this. I'm not gonna say anything because we've been eating our words all night, but this doesn't look good, and that will be a victory for Hyperfocus.
Very well done to Hyperfocus. That was honestly insane.
And I honestly feel like Pseudonym's anti-nades carried so many fights, but I will say Pongo also did things like this.
Yeah, Pongo got fat shots, and sometimes he got creative, and it actually worked. But other times he got creative and didn't work, and we call that feeding.
True. However, that's the point of having a good team around you. So if you do feed, they can kind of help reel you back in safely, so you don't just feed all the way.
That's basically just Season 2 Vancouver Titans in a nutshell.
So yeah, just throw Bumper in there and then just keep him up.
Yeah.
All right, so we have concluded the Smilers NASCAR GOATS Invitational Finals, and looks like we have Pongo in here with us. Hello, good sir.
Hi.
So Pongo, go ahead, Rock.
Yeah, I have to say something. So before the tournament, I did a forfeit if Hyperfocus won. I would have to say their full name, which is Autistic Hyperfocus. And I didn't want to say it because I thought it was rude and stuff. But I said it, and now you may go on with the interview.
Okay.
Woohoo! Absolutely said that.
Yeah, so Pongo, tell us what was the thing that brought y'all to victory? What happened?
So right before the start of this tournament, our main support, Platinum Boat, y'all might know him, y'all might not. He was like, "Hey yo, I'm gonna be at school until 9 o'clock. Can you get a ringer?" And I was like, "Hey yo, Hamas, 4.5 player, you want to boost us in a tournament? You get to play Brig." And he was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then, so that was the first domino that fell that started our war path towards a victory in this tournament. The last one being I turbo fed and got value.
We made note of that you got creative numerous times. However, there were times where your creativity was absolutely inspiring, like that 360 jump shatter.
Dude, I don't know. Sometimes I just like my right arm. It just has a mind of its own, and I just do things with it that are like not even like ons. I haven't seen him hit shatters like that. Like his aim sucks compared to me. Oh my.
It was beautiful, and clearly you are the victor. You were better today. Congratulations, Pongo.
Yeah, I would also like to say that during match, every single time Fortle was on the ground to do my ultimate ability, I would shit talk him. So
I mean, that
take
is
with that what you will.
that is absolutely the main tank difference.
I wouldn't even call it Big Shadow. I would just be like, enough, Fortle. Get the fuck out the server.
We also made note of that as well, because that is what we call an MTD.
Well, congratulations, Pongo. You go have a good night, okay?
All right, you too, man.
See you, Pongo. Thank you.
GG's.
All right, and with that, we will be concluding the NASCAR Goats Smilers tourney. Casters, do either of you guys have anything that you would like to say before we end the stream?
I would just say pay attention to League Zero's playoffs this coming weekend. We have the actual semifinals coming up for each division. And we actually have Monarch, who is on Double Cap, who is playing, you play Capitalism, right?
Get correct.
Yep, so that's something to pay attention to.
Yeah, definitely make sure to cheer on the people. A lot of them are actually in this tournament. Like, for example, Subdenim, though his team... wait, no. Did his team lose out? No, he might be on Hangzhou. I could be wrong. But he's either on Hangzhou or OC. But OC lost out, so... But there are still people that were in this tournament that will be in League Zero playoffs, so you guys should definitely go cheer them on. Games for League Zero are happening over the weekend, typically around 8 p.m. EST, on the League Zero Overwatch Twitch channel. And speaking about Twitch channels, you guys should go follow my Twitch channel at GHSZED_. Shameless plug.
All right, thank you, Giz, for that wonderful shameless plug.
Yep.
All right, everyone, I hope you have a great night, and we will talk to all of you later.
Yep. Thank you for coming to the tournament, everyone.